Yes lads, how you all doing? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Now today I'm going to bring you guys the Leicester versus Manchester United match review. So the boys and girls, of course, it has just finished at the King Power Stadium. Leicester 2, Manchester United 2. Points shared on Boxing Day today, and it's our first draw of the new Premier League season. Overall, not a bad performance at all from the Foxes. We've got a point against an informed United side, coming from behind twice at home. Overall, it's a decent performance and a good result, and it's another point on the board in the table. So with that being said, in today's video, I'm going to bring you guys the Leicester versus Manchester United match review. I'll run through my general thoughts on today's game, and I'll also go through my player ratings from the side which started today against Manchester United at the King Power Stadium. But just before we get into it, make sure a big thumbs up down below on today's video if you guys are going to enjoy today's video, as I bring you guys the Leicester versus Manchester United match review. Consistent content is coming, like I promised. We're here with another video. So if you guys do enjoy today's video, drop a like and let me know if you want to see any more match reviews just like this for every single game for the remainder of the season. Also subscribe if you haven't seen my face on your screen before. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. So if you guys have not already subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? Go down below, subscribe to the channel. Let's push as far as we can as 2020 comes to a close. Yeah, subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on my notifications so you guys notice any future videos on the channel just like this. Follow me on social medias. Links will be in the description down below. Let me know your thoughts on today's game in the comment section down below. But without further ado, let's get into another video and let's get into the Leicester versus Manchester United match review. So then lads, a point today against Manchester United at home, our first draw of the season, like I said, and overall I think it's pretty much deserved. It was an even game between two pretty good sides, of course, in the battle for Champions League football, and to get a point at home against an informed Manchester United side who hit 6th last time in the Premier League. Overall, I don't think we can complain too much. Obviously United had a lot of big chances in the game, but we'll go through that in a minute. Leicester had a couple of chances here and there. I think it was pretty even though on the course of the game, and overall a point was probably just about a fair result. And to be honest, obviously at home this season we've been very poor, so to get a point against a very good United side, I don't think we can complain too much. And overall, that is a good point. And to get 4 points from Tottenham and Manchester United, overall that is a pretty good Christmas for Leicester, and that is a step in the right direction, and hopefully we can push on and secure that top 4 place. So let's speak about the game then in a bit more detail. So yeah, Brendan Rodgers made no changes from the side which started against Tottenham last time out in the Premier League. So of course Schmeichel was in goal, James Justin was the right back, the two centre backs off of Fon and Evans, the left back was Castagna, and Diddy, Tillemans, Madison was the midfield, and then Barnes, Vardy and Albrighton was the front three. Manchester United had a pretty strong lineup as well, with the likes of Bruno, Fernandes, Marcus Rashford all starting for them. Lots of Paul Pogba came on later in the game. But yeah, the game started off, it was a pretty even start to the game, a couple of chances. Marcus Rashford had a big chance a couple of minutes into the game where his header went over the bar. Leicester went down the and had a slight chance through Vardy. But yeah, first 20 minutes or so, it was pretty even. Around the 20th minute or so, Manchester United got their first through Marcus Rashford. To be honest, it was a pretty looking goal to us. It was a little pass from Fernandes on the stretch, played it into Rashford, and it was a decent finish from Marcus Rashford, to be honest, and that made it 1-0 to United. Leicester went down the run about 10 minutes after in the 30th minute. Harvey Barnes got Leicester level with a good strike for Barnes, to be honest. It got worked across from right to left. It fell to Barnes, who struck past De Gea to make it 1-1. And yeah, overall there's a couple of other chances, but at half time it was 1-1. So moving into the second half then, it was a pretty even start to the second half as well, but United had the first few big chances as well. A brilliant save from Schmeichel where Rashford went through on goal, and probably one of the best saves of the season, to be honest, from Schmeichel, to be honest. Great power on the strike from Rashford, and a brilliant hand from Schmeichel to deny. And Leicester had a couple of half chances, but second half wise, I don't think we were at our best. We just lacked something in the middle. United really did control the game. They started to win the ball quite high up the pitch, and it was a pretty reckless game in the second half. There was a couple of challenges coming on. Bruno Fernandes, who should have been sent off in my opinion, but yeah, there's a couple of dangerous challenges coming in, trips, just cynical fouls really, and it was a pretty scrappy second half quite early on. But United had a lot of chances, and they did get one of the goals. They did take their chance. It was through Bruno Fernandes with a pretty good finish. Ball got played in behind. He broke through the centre, so as for final was dragged forward. He got played in behind, and a nice little finish into the bottom left hand corner in the 80th minute. From then on, I thought the game was over. I didn't see Leicester getting back into it, but we went down the other end, and Jamie Vardy got the goal. I think it's gone down as that Alex Twanzebe, I don't know say his name, own goal, but yeah, the ball got played across from Perez, and the Vardy tapped in. It got a slight deflection, which helped it into the back of the net, and yeah, it finished 2-2. Jose Perez had a massive chance later on where he could have just tapped it out. He could have been offside, but a huge chance for Perez later on to make it 3-2. But on the balance of play, I think a draw was slightly deserved. I think United edged the second second half, and overall first half was quite even, with Leicester having a couple more chances as well. But overall, a point against United, 2-2 finish, and on course it was a good game to watch as a neutral, and a decent game on Boxing Day. But yeah, obviously it finished Leicester 2, Manchester United 2. So then, my general thoughts then on today's point against United at home. Overall, pretty happy with that, to be perfectly honest. The performance was pretty good, to be honest. It wasn't incredible, but it was still a decent performance compared to recent performances at home. I mean, it wasn't as bad as Fulham or Everton at home, was it? But yeah, overall, a point today. It's a good result at home. Obviously, home this season we've been struggling a lot, so to be able to get a point against United, where the away side were sitting back, especially in the first half, and to deal with the counter attack pretty well on the balance of things, I think we can't really complain too much with that one. Obviously, it's a Christmas period. There's a lot of games coming up, and to be able to get some points over this with two difficult games against Tottenham and Man United, obviously, I think it's pretty good from Leicester, to be honest, and hopefully we can push on now into the Champions League spaces. But yeah, first half wise, I think Leicester were probably just about the better team. I think we were much better in the first half. I think we controlled the game a bit more in midfield. I think the likes of Youri Tielemans in the first half were incredible. Second half, a bit of sloppiness came into the game, and not too many changes. But I think they only made one change, which Perez, who actually was heavily involved in the second equaliser for Leicester. But yeah, I think we could have made a few more changes. Maybe lots of Dennis Pratt to come on in midfield to just get that fresh leg. Obviously, Manchester United made 3 changes: Pogba, Cavani, and a 4th change at the back with Alex Tuanzebe coming on for the injured Victor Lindelof. But yeah, overall, pretty happy with that performance today, and it's another point in the right direction. It's another point to hopefully secure in Champions League football, and that's what we need to do. If we want to get European football, Champions League football, we need to pick up points with teams around us, and to be able to get 4 points with Tottenham and United within the space of a week, we can't really complain too much of that at all. So the boys and girls, that is it for my thoughts on the game. So yeah, let's get straight into my player ratings here. This is where I rate each player out of 10 from the side which started today at home against Manchester United. So yeah, starting off in goal with Kasper Schmeichel. I'm going to give him a 8 out of 10. I thought he had a good performance today, did Schmeichel. Obviously conceded 2. Couldn't really do too much about the 2 goals. They're both good finishes, but some of the saves he made, especially that one in the second half where Rashford went through him and he denied him, that was an outstanding save from Schmeichel. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for Kasper. Obviously, I can't really give him too high because he conceded 2, but overall he had another good performance with Kasper. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for Schmeichel. Right then, moving into the back four. So yeah, starting off at right back with James Justin. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought he had another pretty solid performance today. Obviously, the defence can't really rate it too high because they did concede 2 goals. With the second goal, I think James Justin could have tracked over a little bit more. He's with Fernandes and he just allowed him to run in behind for Fafana. So I think he could have done a bit better there. But obviously he's only young and it's still a good performance from James Justin today. Going forward, he was good. He linked up quite well with Marcus Rashford. He sparked the first goal for Leicester, the equaliser through Barnes. But yeah, overall James Justin defensive wise was pretty good. A few mistakes in there, but overall we can't really complain too much. Yeah, 7 out of 10 for JJ. 2 centre backs then, starting off with Johnny Evans. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 as well. Just on the first goal, we gave it that cheap throwaway which actually led to the goal. He literally tapped it out of play, so that was pretty frustrating. But overall, just like JJ, pretty solid defensively. He did quite a good job on Martial. We didn't really have too much to do throughout the game, and obviously through set pieces didn't really do too much either going forward. But yeah, 7 out of 10 for Johnny Evans. Likewise with Wesley Fafana, 7 out of 10 for him as well. Thought it was another pretty solid performance from Fafana. Just like Evans, both of them did a good job on Anthony Martial. I think he could have done a bit better on the second goal for United. It was him and JJ. We could have done a bit more in my opinion there. But overall, pretty solid from Wesley Fafana today. And at left back with Castagna, I thought he was a bit quiet today. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Obviously, he's only coming back from injury, so we can't really expect him to be bombing on that just like he did at the start of the season going forward. But he got forward a bit, and defensively he was pretty solid as well. So yeah, for all the back four, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10 because it was a pretty good performance from them, but I can't really give him too high obviously because we did concede 2 goals today. So then moving into the midfield 3 then. So yeah, starting off with Wilfred Ndidi, I'm going to be giving him a 7 out of 10. 7, yeah, I'm going to give everyone 7, but yeah, 7 out of 10 for Ndidi today. I thought he had a decent performance, a bit quiet in the first half, but second half he was good in there, breaking up the play and trying to stop those counter attacks, and he did a pretty decent job on Bruno Fernandes. I think second goal again, I thought he could have tracked him a bit better, but yeah, it's a kind of a mistakes around for the second goal too, and I thought we could have dealt with that a bit better. But yeah, good performance from Wilfred today. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for him. Next up, Youri Tielemans, 9 out of 10 for me. I thought it was absolutely class today, was Youri, especially in that first half. He controlled the play, linked up nicely. He was Leicester's best player in the first half by a mile in my opinion. Second half wasn't so good, but it's still decent from Youri. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for Youri. He will be my man of the match for today's game. Alongside him, or just a bit ahead with James Maddison, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. I thought it was a bit quiet today, was James Maddison. Didn't really get into those pockets where he's most dangerous. But yeah, it's a tough game today against United. It's very difficult to find the space place in that midfield, especially if United's play 3 across midfield as well, with lots of McTominay and Fred in there. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for James Maddison. I thought he had a decent performance, but it wasn't the greatest today from Maddison. But then finally moving into the front three then. So yeah, starting off in that left wing position with Harvey Barnes. 8 out of 10 for me. Fantastic equaliser from him to make it 1-1 in the first half. Brilliant strike outside the box on De Gea, and he smashed it past him to make it 1-1. Overall, I thought he had a lot of joy down that left hand side. Obviously came out of position Victor Lindelof, but he did a good job and he was very good down that left hand side. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for Harvey Barnes. Michael Brighton, I'm going to give him 6 out of 10. I think I'm going to have to give someone a lower rating because, yeah. But overall, Brighton, I thought he wasn't great. Going forward, he didn't really offer too much. But defensively, don't get me wrong, he had a good performance. And 6 out of 10 is still a decent performance. It's above average. So, yeah, all Brighton just didn't really offer anything going forward. I think we needed to make the change. Obviously, did come off for Perez, who of course got the assist for Vardy's goal. But yeah, all Brighton, not the best, but not the worst. A pretty still good performance there from all Brighton. So yeah, 6 out of 10 for him. And up front with Vardy, 7 out of 10 for me. Thought he was a bit quiet. Obviously, he kind of got the goal. I don't know if it's his goal or an own goal. But yeah, 7 out of 10 for Vardy. I thought he had a decent game today, but just didn't really get too involved. So boys and girls, that is it for today's video. In today's video, I bring you guys the Leicester versus Manchester United match review. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, let me know by dropping a like, subscribe to the channel, get your thoughts in on that game in the comment section down below. A point today against the informed United side, not a bad result at all. But yeah, lads, I will see you all for the Crystal Palace content. The game is coming thick and fast. Big thanks for all the support, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm a Sportsa, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Peace, guys.